A lot of people don't even know how to breathe properly these days.
So I'm assuming you know about Wim Hof.
Yeah.
One of my mates got me onto him. I don't know how I started watching about the Iceman and just, watching the breathing techniques, which you can do in your car.
Yeah.
Pretty safely.
Yeah. As long as you don't hold your breath.
Yeah, the thing that has blown me away, other than going to watch a lot of his stuff about, how he's changed the way that his history's written by what doctors are saying the human body can't do this, where he's it can. People are still sitting there trying, it's a fraud, this, that, and the other. I mean, I don't understand how they can do that when he's being filmed. He's like in an ice bar. He's got temperature gauges in there. It's 100% filming. Yeah. Or when he did the study injecting them with Ebola or
a toxin.
A toxin, and they all just breathed it out of their system, and the other people got sick.
Yep.
Obviously, there is so much power in being able to control your mind.
100%. I think everything stems, at the end of the day, breath is number one. Depends how you look at it. Breath, you need to breathe. If you don't breathe, you're going to die.
Pretty much.
If you can control that, and the more that you breathe, and if you can breathe better and you can be more efficient in your breath, you're alkalizing your blood. And if you can do that, I'm pretty sure that's the way that he's, fighting off these toxins and, controlling his immune system and other bits and pieces like that, is from what I can tell. But if we can control that, you can pretty much breathe yourself through any situation. When I was doing the Ironman recently, I had 20 Ks to go in the run, and I was hurting pretty bad at that point. I was like, you're all good. You'll breathe your way through it. You'll be fine. And eventually you did. Eventually you got through it, and eventually you finished. And it's just like, I just breathed my way through it. So if you can control that, I think once that starts to become erratic and out of control, that only heightens and snowballs the effect. Whereas if you can keep yourself under control, and this is what it's all about with the balance, bringing yourself back. Everyone sits in sympathetic all the time, and they're so heightened, that's their fight or flight. But people tend to lack learning how to get into their parasympathetic nervous system. Fastest way to get there, do 6 slow breaths and see how well you feel after that. But no. Usually most people, you say do 6 slow breaths to someone and sitting in the car, and they'll get through 3 and think of 5 emails that they need to do and get back on the emails after 3 and not even finish the 6.
So that is let's do it.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
All right.
Six.
Ollie, you got to do this.
All
right.
So we want to do 6 breaths.
Yeah.
6 breaths over 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
So it's that's every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Do I need to time this? I'll just follow you.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Only through the nose though, no mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Nice and slow. Yep. Slow in. And we're back. Nice and relaxed. Did your mind go anywhere after 3 breaths?
No, I was good.
You good?
I consciously thought about it.
Yeah, that's good. See, that's a good thing.
I
thought at 3 breaths, I was like, wow, this is taking a long time. I've got to get back to emails.
Wow, I did it.
You did it.
I actually feel a bit warm.
Yeah, well...
is that hot-headed? No.
Well, it's just... you're oxygenating the system. So basically what we're doing is we're doing an oxygen dump. So you're blasting a whole bunch of oxygen back into the system. And so basically if you were to get, for instance, say, a pulse oximeter on your finger, and let's say you were at 96, 97% oxygen saturation in the blood. If we do that breath work, it's basically boosting an extra amount of oxygen into the blood, and we're basically adding oxygen to all our hemoglobin and in our red blood cells, and oxygenating the system, which is basically, turbocharging your oxygenation in the blood, which is alkalizing your blood as well. So sometimes it can give you a bit of a lightheaded feeling. Sometimes it can, stimulate better learning processes. Sometimes it just calms you down and just relaxes your body a bit more.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, that's just as simple as that.